Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out this knife from Null Knives. And that's right, this is the first time we're checking out a Null Knives in the channel, making a debut here, which is awesome. What's also really amazing is the fact that this one's coming in via a channel viewer, one of you guys who watch the videos here in the channel. And this one's coming in via Ian. So shout out to Ian. Check him out on Instagram and also on YouTube. Give him a sub, give him a follow, show him some support. He sent in the Kubi Decimal and the Vera Engineering Axon, and now we're going to check out this Null Knives here, which I don't know. Let's find out what this is. Do we have a hint? Do we know? It says here on the side, Raikou. If you know, you know, you know. So it is black PVD, S90V, satin flats, serial number 228. So I'm excited for that. This is going to be pretty interesting. Again, making a debut in the channel. And of course, this knife and every other knife you see in this video will be linked down below in the description and pinned comments. Let's take a look here, shall we? Take the little foam off, if I can get a grip on it. Come on now, there we go. Got a little protection foam there. We have Null Knives card, right, with a little certificate of authenticity, signed by the designer and developer in New York, Raikou 228-3-124. Bell satin finish PBD. And it's hard to read the hardware there. What that says, I don't know. I'm willing to bet that says gold. All right, it makes sense now. I'm looking at the knife and I'm seeing the gold hardware. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Raikou from Null Knives. Again, super excited for this opportunity. Very nice of Ian to reach out and offer me to check out these knives. And first impressions, looking pretty good here on the fit and finish. The overall machining on the titanium is looking pretty nice. Have a titanium backspacer as well. Like no pull on the hardware, so that tells me, well, that is the steel insert, but only a little bit of pull on the pivot. But everything else, all the other hardware is titanium. Pocket clip is titanium as well. And I see a little bit of shine to it, so that's probably the DLC, right? DLC in the backspacer on the pocket clip. Very interesting. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. It looks like we have a thumb stud on both sides. We have like a fuller little section there, so just gonna do the reverse flick for the win. Bam! Right there it is, the Raikou, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. This knife is definitely an icon right here. This geometry definitely speaks to me a lot. I'm already a huge fan of this knife, and I've already seen this knife a few times on other channels, but checking it out here in person, I mean, this thing just looks so good. I don't know why, for some reason, I thought the blade maybe was a little bit taller, but it kind of goes with the design, honestly, and it makes sense. It's kind of like a, let's call it a sheep's foot harpoon. How about that, right? We'll go with that. Sheep's foot harpoon. And that bell satin finish is mean looking, right? Really good looking bell satin finish there. Let's give her a nice little clean wipe here. And again, we have S90V steel going on here, right? There's a satin finish on the other portions, a nice little switch here on the harpoon area. Let me get you a zoom in here so you guys can take it all in. All right, check it out. All right, very pokey tip. That's going to be great for utilitarian drug cuts, utility cuts, right? Things like that. Pinch grip for opening up packages. And I don't know if it's the knife I pick or maybe Ian has the same sort of taste I have, but so far all the three knives have been either a Warncliffe or a sheep's foot blade or reverse tanto, whatever you want to call it, but somewhere in the same vicinity. So that's pretty interesting. Definitely loving the fuller there. Kind of gives it, you know, some good personality. It is a frame lock, and we do have good access to the frame here. Very nice and sort of milled section there on the lock bar. And all you have to do is a nice little cutout on the show side as well. So you just kind of push your thumb down, move the bar out of the way, and disengage. Pretty easy to do there, very straightforward. The lock-in is about, I don't know, 20-25%. You guys be the judge there. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, pretty awesome experience there so far. And then on the drop shot, it's a little bit of a shake shutter, right? Deploying off of the thumb feels good. Shake shot, boom. And by the way, these thumb studs are also pretty interesting too, because they're not the typical stick out, you know, a lot. They're very short and, you know, stubby and short, but they're functional. They get the work done. So bam, right? Also loving the sound too, right? Sound is good on the acoustics department. For reverse flick, I guess I could use the meat of my index finger if I wanted to deploy off of the thumb stud. But what feels more natural is the Spidey flick off of the fuller, like that. So that's definitely the way to go there. Yeah, I mean, deployment options are good. Let's see, rock solid, lock up, no side to side, no up and down movement there. Let's check that detent. All right, a little bit on the maybe softer side detent, not too stiff, not extra weak, but definitely on the softer side, I would say. But Other than that, let's check the ergos, right? So average size hands, not the biggest of hands or smallest of hands. Hammer grip, I'm able to get a full purchase, right? Or for finger grip here. Then I can forward choke a little bit, I guess. It's not necessarily a finger choil, but you know, very carefully I can get a little bit close to the blade there if I wanted to. Put my thumb here behind the harpoon, get some work done that way. If I'm in the hammer grip, I can actually use the jimping on the blade itself, right? Like that. And that pocket clip is actually surprisingly pretty comfortable. I'm gonna say that. It actually lands, naturally lands in this curvature right here, this sort of bent area in my palm, right? Like it lines up pretty well with that. So yeah, it actually feels pretty comfortable right there. I'm gonna give it a good 9.5, 9.8 out of 10. So that's pretty solid. And the only thing, keep in mind there, it is not reversible. So, and it's about this much deep carry. About this much of the knife is gonna stick out of the pocket there, just to give you a ballpark idea. So you guys know more or less. Take a look. It's stress relief cutout on the outside, and that is where they put their logo. Null Nice S90V is printed on the blade here. And other than that, you really don't have a lot of billboarding on the blade, which is obviously highly appreciated, right? You guys take a look there. There's not a ton of billboarding going on. They have the logo nicely put down here, right? Very tastefully. So I also noticed right here, right, the handle, the way that it gets a little bit thicker here towards the back. So index and middle finger go here, all their fingers follow suit. And it actually works surprisingly well, even with this, like this curve angle down here like that. It actually works really good on hand, surprisingly good to be exact. So it looks interesting on the handle itself, but it actually is very, very functional. And I mean, honestly, making a really great first impression. Let's do some size comparisons on this bad boy. Next to the MSI here from Microtech, that one's gonna have a little bit more reach. Here is a Microtech Stitch. That one's gonna be a little bit larger than the Raikou. You guys take a look there for yourself. Here are the Spidey Bros. There's the Manix 2, actually very comparable, while the Raikou may be a hair bigger. And here's the Yojimbo 2, very comparable as well. The Raikou may be a hair longer. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, the overall length on this guy is going to be just shy, or actually no, exactly 8 inches. So 8 inches on the length there. It's an 8-inch knife. Here's the Demko AD 20.5. It's going to come in a little bit shorter. The smaller brother, the Shark Cub, is going to be a little bit shorter also. And more on the budget end of things, there's the Tenable Fenrir. That's going to be pretty comparable, just a hair shorter. And here is the CJRB Pyrite Light. Both of these, again, in the budget category. Highly recommendable, cannot go wrong with either one. And all these knives are linked down below, by the way. So if you want to check prices, availability, variants, and all that good stuff, check those links. Those do help out the channel at zero extra cost to you. There is the Fintiso Parrot, and here's the Vosteed Corgi. You guys take a look. Those are more in the medium size of things. The 8-inch Raikou is more on the large size. Hopefully you own some of those knives too, so it gives you more or less an idea where these guys land. And let's go ahead and get scientific with it. Do a quick rapid fire cutting test. Raikou with S90V. Let's take a look. All right, let's get you that 5x zoom in, shall we? There we go. We're absolutely cutting pretty well there. Full slice. Oh man. Oh boy. All right, laser beam status for sure. Cutting through that paper like nobody's business. Bam, boom. That's awesome. All right, that's pretty sweet right there. Now, obviously, it's gonna cut paper. That's not a big achievement or anything, and every knife should be able to at least do that. Let's try it against something a little bit more challenging. Here's some cardboard, single wall piece of cardboard. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but at an angle like this. And it should look something like this. I'm gonna do the grip like this. Boom. All right, flat grind, putting in work. S90V steel. Oh yeah, it's gonna go through that cardboard there. Pretty sweet. There's even a section there that was dual wall at the beginning. I'm like, why is it struggling to go into the cut? But it's this section right here is dual wall cardboard. So that's always gonna be a little bit more challenging for any knife. But yeah, this thing is cutting really well. I'm assuming this is a factory edge, but I'm not sure if perhaps Ian maybe put an edge on it at some point. But either way, you guys rate this edge on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is this guy, right? 10 being the sharpest. You guys let me know. Well, there you have it, guys. That is a quick unboxing overview of the Raikou from Null Knives. First Null Knives to make a debut here in the channel. I'm excited for it. Definitely loving this geometry a lot. I know the Voodoo is one of my favorite models in the Null Knives lineup. So hopefully I get a chance to check out a Voodoo here at some point. It's definitely in my bucket list. But yeah, this one here, the Raikou, yeah, definitely making a great first impression. I love the fact that they added that folder there. I mean, they could have just done the thumb studs and call it a day. And, you know, I guess you can reverse flick off of the thumb stud with your middle finger, but what feels more natural to me is to use the fuller and Spidey flick. So going the extra mile to do that tells you they put attention to detail in the design. Definitely appreciate that a ton. So yeah, this guy's going to be linked down below like every other knife. I want to give again a huge shout out to Ian for the opportunity to check this one out. Check him out on IG and YouTube, right? Give him some support, follow, subscribe. Again, really appreciated that, you know, someone from the community, a viewer of the channel, was happy enough to send in some gear for me to check out, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. So thank you, Ian. Really appreciate it. I'm going to be taking good care of these knives, and they'll be going back to you here very soon. If you made it to this point in the video, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and do consider subscribing. I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. Huge shout out to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting what I do here. You can support the channel on Patreon or here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You guys will get access to exclusive perks. Check out this video to the left that I recommend, or this video to the right that YouTube recommends. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.